Blog Talk Radio.
And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. Here on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, it's Psychic Cafe. Welcome to the cafe. Step in, pull up a chair, grab your tea or latte, and let's hang out and chat about tarot and numerology and everything psychic and esoteric here. I have the fabulous Pamela Steele with me here today. Hi, Pamela. How you doing?
Hello. Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, really good. It's been fabulous. The last few shows, like Thursday, Saturday, and now today, they've just been really, really great. Doing a little shuffling here. Yesterday, I had Maria on guest co-hosting, and Michelle Matheny also came and guest co-hosted. So, I love shows like that when there's like three people. Seems to be a lot more interaction, and we promoted today's show. Dan's in the chat. He says, howdy, Pamela and Dax. How y'all doing today? So how are you doing, Pamela?
Better. Thank you.
Better? Oh, that's good.
Much better. Yeah. How are you?
Really good, more energized than I've been. I mean, I was like in a total slump for a while there where all I wanted to do was I was tired all the time. And there's still a little bit of that, you hit I'm about to hit the big 6-0 and don't get old people. It's just not worth it. Really. It's not. And I was just like tired all the time. All I wanted to do was like lay down. I would force myself to get up and if the trash had to go out and make the coffee in the morning, and then I lay back down, and then, oh, there's a show, and then I get up, set up for the show, do the show would be over. I go and lay down again. I mean, it was awful. It's not quite as bad now. And then, of course, there's the ongoing Blog Talk issues. So this has been going on since late December of last year, where we go to broadcast on Blog Talk because, we simulcast here on YouTube and also on Blog Talk Radio. And it wouldn't let us connect. We would connect and we'd get in there. We put in the codes to get into the switchboard and everything. And then we'd be met with a voice over our headphones going, we're having issues with our system or something to that effect, and so we wouldn't be able to broadcast that day. In January, they actually gave us a free month, and then it seemed to go away. And then a couple of months later came back again. Then it went away. And then it came back in April, and a good portion of April, we were only able to broadcast a couple of times here and there. So because Maria's show and Catherine's show have all been on, everything's been on hiatus except for these Psychic Cafe shows that we're, doing kind of like fillers on the network. It's just been, me and whoever I get as a guest co-host. I was like, I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm pushing Blog Talk to the side, and we're coming up on summer. We're going to think about, maybe getting rid of Blog Talk altogether. Well, I was talking to Maria, and she talked me into giving it another try. And so I said, okay, we'll give Blog Talk another try. And that's when we did the show on Thursday. It was me and Ellie, and it was wonderful. It went really, really well. There was a palpable change in the energy just because we were not only just on YouTube and in the YouTube chat, but we were simulcasting on the radio and had the phone lines, and you could feel the difference. And I had noticed that too, because like it's so much easier, guys, than what we technology wise, what we have to go through to get into Blog Talk, into the studio, get into the YouTube studio through the Zoom, connect the Zoom to the Blog Talk, and merge all that and everything. It's so much easier just to push a button and go into YouTube. But when you do that, Pamela, you come in and it's like, I don't know how to describe it exactly, the energy, the palpability of it. It feels flat. That's the only way I can describe it. Is you come in, everything's fine. You know, you're on video, they can hear your audio. There's people in chat to interact with. When you, it's much better when you're by yourself as a single host. It's really quiet. And I mean, it's so hard to keep talking and keep the energy up. When you have a guest co-host, it's not as bad. And especially like yesterday when I had two guest co-hosts, so there's three of us, and it was really good, even though we didn't have the phone lines. But you can feel how it's like it's it's just flat. You know, there's something about the energy when we are simulcasting. It's the energy level goes up. It doesn't feel as flat. We go back and forth between the phone calls and the questions in chat, and it just, it just seems so much better and more fun and everything. So we did it on Thursday and it worked great. Yesterday, couldn't get in, couldn't use the phone lines again. I had to send another message to customer support, which I probably won't hear anything till Monday or Tuesday. So today I said to everybody yesterday, it's like, okay, we're with Pamela's on tomorrow. We're gonna try it again and see if we get the phone lines. And we did. We did. We are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio, on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, and we are live video streaming in YouTube. In fact, if you're listening to us on Blog Talk, you can open a new tab in your browser and you can type in psychic.cafe/live, and that'll take you right to this live that we're on. You can see Pamela and I on video, and you can get in the chat room. You can chat with us live in the chat room. And if you are in the chat room, guess what? You can actually call into the show today. That's right. In fact, I'm going to copy and paste something that I had typed in the chat earlier with the phone number here. You can actually call in 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad, and we'll be getting to the phone calls in just a minute. In fact, area code, I can give a heads up. Area code 475 is first. So 475, we're coming to you. We're coming to you. Yes. So it's very exciting. Who else is in the chat here? We've got Alicia, one of our regulars, is back. Dan Matheny, that is host Michelle Matheny's husband, Dan, who's also a lifetime member and one of our moderators. And Charlotte's in there, one of our moderators and guest co-hosts. And of course, Pamela's in there. I think that's everybody right now. Yeah. So we'll see who shows up, Pam, for the show. I'm gonna do a card for the show. Not doing card of the day, numerology of the day. I'm working out, Pam, I'm working out a new system, a new set of like maybe daily mini videos that I do for the channel with the what's the numerology of the day, what's the cards of the day, things like that. So on these shows, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a card at random and do like this is a card for the show. We'll see if we can continue the streak of like, I don't know, there's all the synchronicities that happen. And so I pulled Temperance, my favorite card in the deck, from obviously Steel Wizard. Pamela Steele Wizard Tarot, the 3rd edition. Yes. Oh God, this thing is heavy, Got the book in there and everything. And I love, look at the image. It's very close to like the Waite Smith, but totally different. And if you know the Waite Smith version of Temperance, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even has the square and the triangle on the chest of the angel, and that's really important to me. A lot of decks miss that, and that is literally the way I describe it. It's literally the symbol for tarot. Maybe we'll get to that later. But you get a new deck and you like to look through it, Pam. Um, a lot of us have two or three cards that we always first look for and look at in every new deck we get. And I look at the Magician, the Page of Swords, and Temperance. Those are the three cards that I look for in a tarot deck, and I check those first to see how they did. And I love this version. This is a great version. Of course, anything that has purple, I'm in love, because it's kind of our color, right? And let's see. What was I going to say? So, this card coming up, often it's talking about, this is sometimes the alchemist card. And a lot of people will say Temperance advises us to seek the middle way. In fact, I call it the Temprian principle. Temprian is a word from the same root as temperance. See, when I was getting into tarot, Pamela, I did not like the word temperance because you, us old people, we still think of the temperance movement from the 20s, which was abstaining from alcohol. Abstaining from something is not the middle path. It's an extreme. Alcoholism over here, temperance over here. I did not like the word because I knew the meaning was more akin to the middle way, which is the word temprian. It's an old English word. It doesn't even exist anymore. And like if you go in the dictionaries, you're not going to find it. It has to be one of the collegiate dictionaries. Sometimes I do searches online and I can find it. Sometimes you can't find it. But back in the day, way back when I was learning tarot and we had to look things up in books, I got the actual, like collegiate dictionary, and there it was, Old English, temprian, meaning the path between two extremes, the narrow path between two extremes. So temperance showing up, seek the middle way, avoid the extremes, balance is necessary at this time, choose moderation. It's all of that kind of thing. If there's a question about like making a decision, temperance advises to weigh both of the options carefully, compare both sides, test things out. Sometimes this card can literally, you see she's got the two globes in her hand there. Literally, it could be saying you need to take matters into your own hands. Temperance exudes like patience. So it could be advising you need to take patience in whatever's going on. Take your time, don't rush matters, let things develop organically. And sometimes, remember I said alchemist, sometimes this card can be advising us to experiment. Sometimes the only way to find out if something's going to work is, you got to actually dip your toe in the water, which is going on right down here. And, see what happens from there. The temperance card. And one more advice, it's not in this version, but in the Waite Smith version, it's got the two goblets and pouring, I call it the water of life, from the book series in the movie Dune, the water of life. And it's at an impossible angle. The angel is doing, you could not possibly, pour it on this diagonal angle, kind of thing. Sometimes it's just saying, go with the flow. It's that simple, right? Um, but yeah, Temperance is one of my favorite cards. Speaking of that, we actually have the artist here, so we can ask questions. Like the decision, what are the two? Looks like two balls, or it could be balls of energy or something. What was going on with the decision, Pamela, to do that instead of like doing the traditional chalices and pouring the water of life?
Well, if you look, they're looped with the infinity symbol. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I was thinking sun and moon.
Oh,
Okay. All
it does
right.
look like that. Yeah. I
Just
didn't know
because
what they were, to be honest with you. I
well,
was like, okay, they're different colors, but I don't know what they are.
gold and silver,
But yeah, they
gold
do
and
look
silver.
like the sun and the moon now.
Yeah. Gold and silver, gold for the sun. The moon metal is silver. And from there, it just kind of segued into the rest of it because to me, temperance is all about harmony. It's about blending the inner and the outer life so
Mm-hmm.
that you're functioning as a total being. And that's another step on that journey towards wholeness. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you could see 1 foot in the water, which water in tarot often represents the spiritual realm, one
yeah.
foot on dry land, representing the material realm. And to me, it's describing the human condition. And I often talk about this, how um, often a lot of tarotists or tarologists or whatever you want to call us, I don't want to just say tarot reader, because when you do this in-depth study, it's beyond just learning to read the cards. Then it's more like I like tarotist is okay, but I like tarologist or something like that. Anyway, uh what I was going to say is they often refer to it, especially the Waite Smith version, as the archangel Michael. And angels, it depends on your belief system, but to me, angels are discarnate entities that never were human, that are a completely separately created being that was created way before the universe was created by God. And so it's an angel, not a human. But the angel is describing or representing the human condition, because the humans are the ones that are straddled between the spiritual and the material realms. And for me, I was so excited when I saw, the square and the triangle. I think of that as a symbol for life, the triangle representing spirit and the square representing the material realm. So spirit inside of material is life. It's again describing the human condition. I go a step further, and in fact, the original symbol for the Tarot Guild was a square with a triangle in it. And now you guys have seen uh the logo. Let's see if I can pop it up here. So you can see the logo here, and you see the big G, and then it says tarot, and it's the square. This logo here, that was actually created in 2000, I think 2009, by Ciro Marchetti, the famous deck artist and creator. Ciro Marchetti created that for us as a gift, the Tarot Guild. But the original, pop that off here. The original symbol when we started in 2004, we used a square with kind of like a glow behind it with the triangle in the middle. And what we always said was, imagine the minor arcana and each suit, and putting each suit along one of those four sides. So ace through 10 through the courts, to king. So ace through king. And imagine lining all those cards up. If you had little miniature cards and you could line it across the side of the square and down the side of the square and across and up, all four suits. Now, the triangle in the middle, imagine taking, first of all, just to reference here to make it easier for everybody, take the Fool out because that's not a numbered card. It's 0. Put the Fool in the center of the triangle. Now you're left with 21 cards. You put 7 major arcana cards on one side of the triangle, 7 on the other side, and 7 on the other side, all 3 sides. So literally the square and the triangle, that symbol is literally the symbol for tarot. And so we decided to use it for the logo of the Tarot Guild. But then Chiro came along, and I actually sent our logo to Chiro, and he just said, nah, I'm doing it my way, and just made that up. So we've been using that now for 14, 15 years. The guild's been around for 20. Yep. Anywho, so that was from the Steel Wizard Tarot. Yay! Put that up here. And of course, I have the Eternal Seeker Oracle, one of Pamela's other decks. Yep. Always want to get the plugs in. Let's see what's I don't know if you have any cards of the day or anything like that. If not, we'll just let's go over and see what's going on in the chat.
I do not, but let me move my camera so that they can see the cards.
Okay, so you set
Okay.
that up, and
Okay.
we're gonna see who's all in there. Sean says happy Sunday. Hi, Sean. Welcome to the channel. Anne is in there. Welcome to the channel. She's asking, can we ask psychic questions? Yes. So everybody in chat on YouTube, 2 things you can, and I'm going to pop it into the chat again for everybody. You can post your question in the chat or give us a call. That's right. We are on the phone lines, 714-816-4628. We're going to be going to phone lines first, so stand by, everybody. Give us a call. The phone lines are actually working. We've been trying to get that, for a long time. Okay, so here it goes. One more time. 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad so we know you want to be live on air. So we got some people in the caller queue right now. Some of them, they don't have their hand raised, so we're just going to assume you're listening to the show, which is perfectly fine. You can dial in and just listen to the show. But if you want to be live on air with us, make sure you press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, we're just going to ignore your line, and it's going to be at the bottom of the caller queue. And then in the chat, if you have a specific question, just type it in. That's right. You don't have to ask, can I get a reading? You don't have to get on any kind of list or anything. Those of you in the chat on YouTube live right now, just go ahead and type your question in. I'd like to know XYZ. If you don't have a specific question, you want something more general, you can say something like, can I get a message from the universe, please? Just type it in and we'll get to it. And by the way, everybody in there where you see their name is in blue and there's a wrench next to their name, like Dan Matheny and Charlotte, those are our moderators. You guys can ask them questions about how to do everything, okay? And we'll take the questions as they come in the chat. In other words, do not put your question in and then 10, 15 minutes later, put your question in again. That is not going to get your question taken faster. We take them in the order that they come in, and our moderators will actually delete extras of the same question. Just put your question in once. We promise we'll get to it. We're not ignoring you. We are taking the questions in order. Okay? So we got some questions in here. Oh God, sorry, I'm belching a lot here. The coffee's getting to me. And Dan saying, Pam, no intro music. No, we did have the intro music. Dan, we had, I don't know if you're talking about the intro music here
Blog Talk.
on Blog Talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it played. We
We
started
just
this.
didn't, yeah, but we didn't have the recording going yet for like YouTube and stuff. So that's
No,
why
we
no one
did.
heard it.
No, but we did. We were
Oh,
broadcasting right to, yeah, yeah.
oh, that
It'll
was
be on,
weird.
it'll be on the recording when we get there.
Oh, I know what happened. Dan went deaf.
Well, that's could be, or or
Sorry, Dan.
or he just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go over to the phone lines first, though, and let people put the questions in the chat. By the way, if you're dialed in or if you're listening to us on the radio, maybe you can't call in. Maybe you're at work and the boss is staring at you, but you are secretly listening to the show, got the earbuds in or something. You can go over to the chat and type in your question. Okay. So it works both ways. So just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live, www.psychic.cafe/live. And you can jump right in the chat with us. It looks like area code 475 has been holding on the longest here. Are you there, caller 475?
Yes, I am.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sean, Stamford, Connecticut.
It's Sean. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? Hi, Pamela.
Hey, Sean.
How you doing?
We're doing good on this fun Sunday. It's nice and sunny and totally clear blue skies here in Tucson, Arizona. What's your question for us today?
Well, okay. Last time I called you, that I did a general reading, and I went back and found the actual podcast, and you were saying that things look good, except there was one card, there was a Five of Swords that popped up, and you said
Okay.
that I had to decide if I was going to do right or if I was going to win, or whatever that was. And turns out there's a woman who works with a friend of mine who seems very interested in me right now, but she's like got a boyfriend anyway, but she seems very, very interested in me because her mom is very interested in me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I wondered what that says, because I told you about this other one I was looking at for a while now, but there's been no response from her. So I wonder what this other person has to bring to me.
Sure, sure. And that card that came up for you on your last call, I'm going to show it to everybody. Here it is. It's the Five of
It was the
Swords.
Five of Swords.
And when this card comes up, you see there's the two individuals in the background. They're obviously the losers. And then the winner's in the front here. And he's picking up the swords left on the battlefield. And he's looking back, kind of snickering at the two people in the back. And this is just a life lesson. Basically, what I was referring to is, as you are working on relationships and beginning to dating people or getting deeper into dating someone, just remember that. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Because you can't be both often. It's like, yeah, you may have won, but at what cost? That's one of the well-known meanings of the Five of Swords. So I just wanted to point that out for everybody. And Pamela's pulled some cards. What are you getting, Pam?
Oh, excuse me. Still not 100% here. Well, I'm using the Eternal Secret Oracle for one, because in this situation, I feel like this is more of a spiritual, you need to reconnect to your own inner divinity, your inner guidance a little more, because it is time. It is your turn. Okay, Sean. And this is a very important issue right now. It's like Dax was talking about coming out of a time of almost like a depression. Okay. A lot of people have mentioned that lately. It's just like they seemed stalled, stuck. They just couldn't get their poop in a group and get anything moving and motivated. But now is the time. It is starting as we speak. So know that whatever you choose to do from here is going to affect the next probably several years, at least 4 years of your life. Okay. So what this cards are suggesting now is that you're developing your intuition at a rapid rate, and it's going really, really well. So stay with that. Trust your instincts to know if it feels right and you put it away and it keeps coming back and it just makes you feel right. It feels good. It's got that positive vibe to it. Go for it. But if it makes you feel pushed and panicked, walk away quickly, because the old gods are awake now and they're looking after you. They're looking after all of us. All you got to do is partner with them and let them help guide you. I mean, trust your instincts, know it's your turn, and let your guides do their job. Okay?
Of course.
I hope that helps you out, Sean. Thanks for the call. We really
It
appreciate
does,
you
but
calling
also I
in.
want to add on that without the phones, the show is definitely not the same.
Oh, thanks for saying that. In fact, in chat, I was while Pam was reading for you, I was scrolling through the chat and I noticed that Charlotte had commented, I agree completely about Blog Talk. I really enjoy speaking live with our listeners. And and she's in there at the bottom now of the chat. Say, please post your question one at a time, please. The moderators are already getting on the people. And I saw Ritu come in. Hi, Ritu, and anonymously that were on last night. But I wanted to mention that Charlotte, in addition to Maria, were two of the people that have been around with the network for literally for forever, for decades, and it was Charlotte as well as Maria that convinced me, we need to keep Blog Talk going and, keep our fingers crossed that it works each time. Like I said, it didn't work yesterday, Sean, but it's working today. So you were able to call in.
Well, I love it because it's hard for me to interact with the show otherwise. And when I watch it on YouTube, it does come across as flat. So I just want to know from someone who is visually impaired, it does come across that way.
Awesome. Yeah. And that's another thing. A lot of people like radio because there's a couple of factors. One, they might be visually impaired, and so they prefer radio. The other reason is that some people are just drawn to different senses more. The majority of humans tend to be visually oriented, but some people are tactile, some people are auditory. In NLP, neurolinguistic programming, that's something we actually study, and we do tests with our clients because you want to find out, are they visually more visual, or are they more auditory, are they more tactile? Some of the senses, less so much smelling and taste, is it's usually the top three. I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, that's another factor, is a lot of people like going to blogtalkradio.com, listening to the radio shows, and they like interacting that way, because on YouTube, it's all, there's the audio part of us talking, but it's all visual with the videos, but also just looking at the app and or the web page on a laptop, and you're looking at the chat and it's visual. You have to read what everybody's saying, and I like having the chat, but it is flat without the audio coming back the other way from the callers and so forth. But we are at the mercy of the technology. So if Blog Talk is not functioning, we can't use it. And trust me, I have done research for the last 14 years trying to find an alternative to Blog Talk Radio, and there's just nothing out there that doesn't cost hundreds of dollars a month that we can't afford, that gives you the value and what Blog Talk offers. And there's a lot of things, there's a lot of tutorials and things on YouTube that teach you other ways that you can bring calls into live shows and so forth like that. And it's okay one call at a time, but it's not what Blog Talk does. What with Blog Talk, we're able to have a switchboard of up to 50 phone lines waiting all at the same time. And there's no platform out there that does that. You can kind of do it with Zoom, but then instead of a single phone number to call in, there's phone numbers for all the different locales around the world, which is really nice having a local phone number. But then you have to put in the meeting number. You got to put in, the ID. You got to put in the passcode. I mean, the password kind of thing, passcode, whatever they call it on Zoom. And it's just a pain in the ass for people to dial into the shows, So really, Blog Talk is the only real solution to having phone lines. Anyway, we got to get back to the other questions and stuff. Thanks for calling in, Sean. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Nice chatting.
You too. Thanks so much.
Always fun when Sean calls in, and it's Sean with the SHAWN. We had a whole thing about that. How do you spell Sean? Gonna go back here. I'm gonna answer one real quick. Pamela, this is Aisha asking about Solomon. And Aisha, you've asked about Solomon before. Your question's a little different this time. Is Solomon avoiding me? Let's take a look at that. Maybe you just, I don't know, go find him or call him up and say, are you avoiding me? I mean, that's what I would do. I wouldn't ask a tarot reader. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, I'm just going to say what I got real quick here. 8 of Wands. All right. Communication. All right. I'm getting yes cards, just so you know. So the cards are saying yes, he's avoiding you. But the 8 of Wands, modern contemporary meetings can be telecommunication, long distance communication, the internet, email, telephones, everything like that. It can also, traditional meanings of the 8 of Wands, things happening quickly, travel via flying through the air, obviously. 8 also is abundance in numerology. Okay. So I'm getting yes to answer your question, but Aisha, I got the 2 of Cups, and this is an abundance card, and the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like what's going on here is, yes, he's currently avoiding you, but there is the possibility to get together, reconcile. It's all on your shoulders. One of the problems, it may be a problem, or it may be something it could go either way. Okay. With the Queen of Wands, we're talking about being independent. And this is what I'm feeling here is, sometimes that's threatening to a guy. Or on the other hand, and only you know your life situation, I'm not that kind of psychic. It may be saying you need to be more independent or follow your passion and, literally take the reins, take control, which leads us back to this. You need to initiate communication with Solomon. And actually, now that I think about it, the last time you asked a question about this, I think I literally almost said exactly the same thing. So there you go. Going to go to the next question. Just reading all these comments that were way back. Oh, and Anila came in, and I missed Anila. Hi, Anila. I did see you, but I forgot to say hi. And you were going to ask a question. Oh, there it is. I found it. I'd like to know why my husband, letter J, has been so mean towards me lately without reason. So there you go, Pam. Can you pull something on that? Well, you know, Anila, what did you do to him? I'm just kidding. You said without reason. And I was like, oh, come on. What'd you do? Go ahead, Pam.
Well, you got the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, the Ace
Ooh.
of Wands usually means that there is something new, a new beginning. I think he's bored. Okay, was just the instant impression I got. Things are not going well with him. He's not happy about something. Something he's trying to get to work it's tripping him up at every turn. Why don't you try talking to him? And I mean, he may tell you it's none of your business and go away, but just keep the communication open, because when it's time and when it's ready, don't push it. But sometime this spring he'll be ready to talk, and you better be ready to listen, because if you want to make this continue and be a solid relationship, then now is not the time to push. Just sit back and say, look, I'm here if you need to talk. Love you. That kind of stuff. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope that helped you out. And oh, I see Dan in there telling everybody to like and subscribe. Yes. So subscribe to the channel. As soon as you hit the subscribe button, remember to hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when we're live. You can pop in and ask questions. Remember, in addition to life questions, you can ask any question you want about the Tarot Guild, becoming a certified tarot reader, a certified psychic advisor, joining the Psychic Cafe website, getting your own custom pages and profile, and setting up your business on Psychic Cafe. You can also ask about the Psychic Talk Radio Network and YouTube network, obviously now, and becoming a host here on the network. You can ask about all of that as well. And like the videos, we watch some of our longer videos, like go into some of the playlists, past shows, past workshops, especially the workshops. Find a few workshops that you like and watch through, hit like on them, watch them through, because it's helping our watch hours. We're up to like 2,100 watch hours. We need 3,000. So we're more than 2/3 of the way to our 3,000 goal. Our goal for subscribers was 500. We're now past that. We're at, like, I don't know, 523, 525, something like that on subscribers. So, but we want to hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours to get fully monetized. But keep subscribing, but also help us out with the watch hours. We want to hit 3,000. We'll be able to do super chats and memberships and everything on the YouTube channel. So thanks for that. And thanks for reminding me, Dan, because I always forget to tell people to subscribe. And let's see who else has come in. Irene's come in. Ritu's come in. And Anila, whose reading is this? I stepped away. See, that's what happens when you step away. Okay, but the thing is, you'll be able to rewind. You'll be able to go back and listen to the show in archive. Michelle's here. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Michelle. Going to go to the next question, which actually, Pamela, they're actually calling you out directly. It's Anne. Anne says, Pamela, I will see a man I am interested in next month. Will he ask me on a romantic dating, I think a romantic date, or how will the meeting go?
Okay, I got the strangest feeling that hasn't been decided yet, but we'll see what if there's anything in here that somebody wants to. Oh, that one, okay. Well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen really quick, because you got the Knight of Wands, and this means it's anybody's ball game at this point. You have to be ready to accept the type of energy that this man holds, and be able to, if you can't, don't even try to match it. You won't. But just be aware that wherever he's going with this, it's going to be a fun ride. So hang on and stop worrying about the destination. Enjoy the freaking journey when it comes to the Knight of Wands, and just be ready for anything. That ought to be fun. If you don't like him, send him my way. Sounds like a good time.
Exactly.
Or
Yes.
Dax. Dax might enjoy his company too.
Yeah. Send them our way. In fact, I got something similar. It's just hilarious. So I got a question from Sean, and I don't think it's the same Sean. In fact,
Sean G.
Sean G. I think
Yeah.
that's a lady Sean versus a guy.
Nope. Nope. It's men's spelling unless she spells her name like that.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. I've seen Sean before, and
Oh, okay.
I thought she said she's a she. Let us know, Sean. Are you still here? Yes, I'm a girl. She just said. See, I knew it. I knew I had seen you before, one of our regulars, and I remember that because yes, I'm used to that being the male spelling, but I remember she said she was a she.
Yep,
So,
she's a girl. Says
so
so right there.
that's what I just said, Pamela. She said that. Yeah. And
Shawnette.
Shawnette says, Sean says, I feel like this message is also for me. So she was listening to one of the other readings, but she also had a message. Can I get a message from the universe on my love light, what I can expect this summer? So I pulled some cards, and this is the thing. It looks like, Sean, you haven't been too happy. You're reevaluating things, got the 7 of Pentacles. It looks like you're searching. The Judgment card comes in. Okay, so I got 2 major things going, which I think the summer you're going to have a big life change. All right. The Judgment card, I call it the cosmic wake up call card. You know, basically, out of the cloud, a hand comes out with a wet mackerel and slaps you in the face. Wake up, Sean. Wake up. 10 of Swords. Okay, you know, something is completely dead. It's like beating a dead horse. I mean, it's over. But look at the dawn coming up in the background. I feel like, this is a card transition, and I feel like you're going to have a major transition this summer. You've had some heartache in the past, okay? But then things get better, and somebody shows up, the King of Pentacles, for you. Now it's Pentacles, so that's Earth. So it could be one of the earth signs like a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be just somebody that has has a down to earth feeling, I don't know, something like that, but it showed up. It took several cards, but, so I'm thinking late summer. But there's somebody, waiting to come in that could be, maybe a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, very down to earth person, very practical and traditional. I got the Hierophant card. Yeah. So, hey, it's looking good. And Sean, you're going to have to let us know as things progress through the summer here. Let's see what the next question is. I think it was Ritu. Oh gosh. Anonymously, I think, had a question too, but it was Ritu. Oh, here you go, Pamela. You ready?
When ready.
Any opportunity coming in for me to get rid of my abusive husband? Ritsu's giving you the hard one.
No, it's not that hard. There was a song about this from the 60s. Who sang it? Billy Joel, I think. Anyway,
really?
It was 50 Ways to Leave Your... No, it was Simon and Garfunkel, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Oh, I love it. Yes,
and that popped into my head as soon as you read that. And I thought, well, slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. There's all kinds of ways. Anyway, what's your okay, I'm assuming what you're looking for is some kind of a golden opportunity where you don't come across as the bad guy for doing this, which, all right, let's see what we got. Come on, babies, talk to mama. Okay, this one. Well, first of all, you're better off on your own. All right. And you know that already. People will be telling you, well, you can't make it on your own. And oh my gosh, what about this and that? You don't realize how much money and time and effort this man is already costing you. So yes, you would be way better off on your own. There it is. It's going to be slow and steady. What you need to be doing right now is start making plans. and covering your tracks and making sure that everything's in place. So when you get the green light, because that's what this is all about. You can't ever just say, okay, I'm going to do this when, on this particular day. You're coming into your own, all right? Because you got 2 quarts here, okay? Slow, steady progress. This is what you're looking for. Start making a plan. Start putting it together now. Believe it or not, start saving money. I mean, even if it's only $5 here or there, start putting some money away so you've got something in your pocket when you do. All right. Now, I don't know if you want to keep the house you're in or the apartment or whatever, but be aware that it doesn't have to be. Stop putting conditions on it. Be who you came here to be and become the most authentic you, which is the Queen of Cups. Let your intuition guide you. This is a big one, okay? Your emotions, your emotional authenticity is telling you what to do. But right now, you need to start making plans and you need to start getting your proverbial ducks in a row, as it were. So there's no sense of timing. If there were timing on this, it would say, yeah, for sure. But what it looks like to me is that it's probably going to be sometime late fall, early winter. Just guessing because of the 2 pentacles, but there again, we've got the cups in here too. So it could be summer, but I think you're going to start planning it, doing it now. And then by the time this rolls around, you'll be ready to rock and just take off and fly. Well, at a slow, steady pace, because that's what the night says.
That's one of my favorite nights to show, or cards in general to show up is, the Knight of Pentacles, because I know right what it means. And I know about that slow, steady progress, towards your goal. I just love that.
The best.
Okay. So we are swimming along. Tons more questions. I'm checking the phone lines. I almost forgot to check back after that first phone call because I'm not used to having the phone lines because Blog Talk has been out of commission for so long. But I'm checking, and we do have a bunch of callers. No one has their hand raised. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so when you dial in at 714-816-4628, you need to press 1 on your dial pad. As soon as you get through and you're in the queue, you push 1. And what that does is it moves you up into the caller queue at the top and puts you in the order that you called in and raises your hand. It literally puts this, it looks like an alien, skinny alien hand, white hand next to your telephone number. And that lets us know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, we assume you're just listening to the show, and that's perfectly fine. If you just want to listen to the show, dial in, don't press 1, and you can just listen to the show. But if you want to be live on air with us, press 1 on your dial pad. I'm going to give everybody a chance to press 1 if they want to be live on air with us, Pam, because like I said, nobody had their hand raised. Here's somebody. 571 has their hand raised. Okay, so we're going to come to you in just a minute, 571. So get ready. Get off speakerphone, make sure you're on the regular phone, and we're going to come to you in just a second. But I had a question I already pulled cards for in the chat. It's anonymously one of our regulars asking about how will my doctor appointment go tomorrow? Should I be worried about anything? And of course, we always have to give the disclaimer that we're not doctors. We can't, shoot, the word just popped out of my mind. We can't diagnose illness. Yeah, I couldn't remember the word frickin' diagnosis for some reason. It just wouldn't pop in my head. Anyway, yeah, don't get old people. You have these senior moments all the time, and it's awful on air, let me tell you. So, but anonymously said, I am not asking a medical question. I am not asking for medical advice. So we're going to treat it as such. And, what I'm getting on this, I really don't think you have anything to worry about. I literally asked it that way, and the cards are all saying, yes, everything's going to be okay. I'm getting all positive. Now, there is a couple of things, though. One is 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is 8 is Jesus Christ. 8 of Cups. Cups is emotions. Okay. And here you are walking away from a bunch of emotions that have been dealt with, stacked up nice and neatly here. The idea here is emotional baggage. I feel like there is so much emotion around your health and everything that you have all this baggage. And that's why you're asking this question, because you're worried about tomorrow. You need to let go of that baggage and move onward and upward. Okay. Is everything going to be perfect? No. In fact, we're getting another clue from the tarot, Two of Pentacles. What was the card of the day? Or again, I'm not doing card of the day. I'm doing, I don't know what to call it yet. It's a new thing. Pulling a card for the show. And what did I get? Temperance. And in that card, one of the things I talked about was striking a balance, finding the middle path. And yet again, Two of Pentacles, again, juggling things, balance. I think you need more balance where it comes to your health. So not going to any extreme. Here's an example. Not going to alternative healthcare and then throwing allopathic medicine, regular MDs with the pills and the surgery, throwing that out and going all the way to this extreme. Find a balance in between, so you're going to your regular doctor and everything, but look into alternative health and, cures for things and alternative practices. I don't know what the word is for it, but like alternative practices, alternative
modalities.
Yeah, but I was thinking of something alternative ways of treating things like that. Look into your, work on your health, your overall health, besides whatever this is you're going to the doctor for. A more balanced diet, getting the exercise, all that kind of stuff. Maybe looking into some Reiki, some EFTs, even hypnosis, NLP. Your mind is extremely powerful, and you didn't mention any details anonymously. I'm waiting to see if Anonymous pops anything in. Let me see. They did say something. I understand, but doctors can't find out either, so it's all right. Let me scroll back and see if did you had said something, Anonymous, about no. Okay, I'm back to where I was and I don't see anything. The reason why I bring this up is because anonymously has not said anything about why they're going to the doctor, and I'm getting all these swords cards. And often when swords come up, and usually the King of Swords is along with the other swords card. King of Swords can mean a surgeon, and you get a lot of swords cards, it can mean surgery. So is this something that you may need surgery for, anonymously? I'm just wondering, because I'm getting all these swords cards that I'm getting the feeling like you might go to the doctor and the doctor might say, we need to do surgery. I don't know. I'm just telling you what's coming up in the cards. Okay. Not giving medical advice, not, what was the word again? Pam, diagnosing. Yep. Not diagnosing anything here. But you may find, okay, this is a new idea with the Ace of Swords, new opportunity, new idea. You may find that if you check into some alternative therapies and everything, that there are, you might have some new ideas come up, and new opportunities to treat that. And also the Two of Swords looks like there's a decision to be made that you're unwilling or unable to make around this. So anyway, just wanted to tell you what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so we're going to go back to the phone lines because we got people popping in there now. Holy cow. Before we go back, real quick, I want to let everybody know that if I can find the freaking text thing. There it is. Okay. Trying to get this to turn on here. The text here. And you don't need the www dot anymore. You could just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe. And that'll take you right to our brand new website, Psychic Cafe. I just wrote it this way so you know that it's an actual URL. And you can come and join the cafe for free. It's like joining Facebook or any other social media, because we have all of that. We have instant messaging and private messaging. We have activity feeds and walls and community. What do we call it on there, guys? I think we call it a stream. We have the community stream, and then on your profile, you have your own personal stream. You've got groups and photos and videos and files and events. You can post your events. You can start your own groups. You have your own blog on there. It's fantastic. And so I just want to invite you all to come over and join us at Psychic Cafe for free. But also in between shows, you can contact us on our pages and you'll get a custom URL if you join the Tarot Guild. Let me type this in. So here's Pamela's. Pamela. There we go. Psychic.cafe/Pamela. And when you join free, when you go to Pamela's page, you'll see a little icon of a envelope. And that's the message icon. You can click there and you can private message Pamela, ask her questions, book a reading with her as well. And then my page is, of course, /Dax. Very simple. We keep everything very simple here. Psychic.cafe/Dax. So come over and chat with me, ask questions about the guild, about tarot, about numerology, anything like that. And you can also book readings with me, get numerology charts as well, things like that. And I did want to mention just the upcoming shows real quick. Oh, look, there's us, Pam.
Yay!
So
I think I'm taller than you.
That's only because I moved it that way. Yes.
No, I'm definitely taller than you. I can see that now.
Actually, what I try to do is when I'm putting images on banners, I try to like level everybody out. So, and I also make it bigger and smaller. I try to make it so like nobody's face is too fat compared to the other people's faces on there. And yeah, I try to make everything similar. Anyway,
what's wrong with me having a fat face? That was my one question. I don't mind.
No, I just try to make everybody's heads about the same and the height about the same. So it's a visual thing for
I see.
For what do they call that? It's visual design and how you lay
It's the
things out.
optics. Yep, love it.
So I just want to let you know we'll be doing shows all week. And Charlotte's going to be on tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, San Diego, LA, Seattle. 9:30 p.m. New York time, East Coast, Florida, all on the East Coast there. Yes. And so Tuesday we won't have a show. Michelle will be popping in on Wednesday evening. Ellie will be popping in on Thursday evening. And then on Saturday, it's the next episode of Michelle's Mystic Corner. And then on that Sunday, no show because we're having a private, live, intimate Zoom discussion and Q&A. We do this on the second and fourth Sundays. Now, we didn't do it the second Sunday this month because it was Mother's Day. But this last fourth Sunday of the month, the 26th, it's 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Join us earlier than that. We have the Zoom open a minimum of 30 to 40 minutes ahead of time. So, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes ahead of time before the 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern start time. You just open a new tab in your browser. You type in psychic.cafe/Zoom, and it'll take you right in there. And it's just like these shows where you can ask any question. During these shows, you can ask any question you want about tarot, numerology, the Tarot Guild, the new website, Psychic Cafe, the radio network and YouTube network, Psychic Talk, becoming a host, becoming a certified as a psychic advisor, tarot reader. You can ask all those questions during the shows, but the difference with these live discussions and Q&As on the second and fourth Sundays. The difference is we don't do readings, okay? It's just questions and discussion, and it's private. You know, it's not being broadcasted out to the masses. It's just us that show up. We don't record it, and we you know, don't put it out there for everybody. So it's just the people that show up, and we could spend more time on each individual question and all than we can on a show where we are going between, you know, this hour and this hour. You know, we have specific times. So it's a really good idea to join us for the Zoom meeting. I hope a lot of you will pop in and ask about, you know, growing your psychic business, putting your psychic business on psychic.cafe, becoming a host, all that cool stuff, getting certified. And then the sale's still going on where you can join the Tarot Guild. You'll be able to put your business on our website. You don't have to, maybe you're brand new at this. You don't have to go and build your own website right away. You can put it all on Psychic Cafe, get your own custom URL like Pamela's and mine that we just showed you, psychic.cafe/your name. And right now we're in the early stages. So like every first name, except for obviously Pamela and Dax and Maria and a few others out there, Charlotte and Dan, most of them are still available though. So, you know, you can jump in there, you can get your own pages on the way. It's like having a little mini website on our website, because you have your own blog, your own profile with your own about section, with your bio, with buttons where people can buy your readings and other products and services that you're selling and everything like that. And you set that up by becoming a member of the guild. Now we have a annual and a monthly membership, but right now we have a lifetime membership, which is going to go away after spring. So in summer, I'm saying beginning of June, it's going away. But right now you can get it for 75% off, $78. And that's one payment forever. That's right. So instead of like paying for a website every month, you pay $78 once and you're paid up for life. Also, I've made it even easier. Below that, there's a link you can click on that page, which is psychic.cafe/sale, psychic.cafe/sale, or just go over to Psychic Cafe and you're going to see this banner you're going to see the sale banner on there. It's pinned to the top of the community feed, the community page. Just click on that. And on there, there's a button to get it for $78. But below that, there's a link where you can pay $39 now and $39 next month. And then you're paid up for life. Either way, it's $78, 2 payments of $39 or $78. In addition, you get all of our live Q&As, our live workshops, panel discussions, everything that, you know, members only, you get that free. You also get my course free. It's a $297 Tarot by the Numbers, Tarot and Numerology course. Your certification, when you join as a monthly or annual member, you have to pay separately for certification. If you buy the lifetime membership, you get the free certification included. And you don't have to take our course or anything like that. If you've already been a reader for 20 years, you just want to get certified, you don't have to take our course. You can just go through the certification process. So there you go. Just go over to psychic.cafe/sale. And on that same page, if you scroll down, my readings are half off. And hey, if you're enjoying the shows, if you got a good reading, if you just want to send us some love, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and buy us a cup of coffee. I'm going to put that link up real quick here, /sale, because I just realized that on that pretty banner that I made, Pamela, for the sale for spring, I forgot to put the URL. But that's okay.
Oops.
Yeah, when I send that out on social media, when they click on the banner, it takes them over there. And here on the shows, I can just tell you, you just go to Psychic Cafe, you're going to see the banner, just click on it, you know. But here's the URL if you need it, folks. Open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/sale, and that'll take you right over to that. And the other one was coffee. /coffee if you want to send us a cup of coffee. Yay. Awesome sauce. So we're going to go back to the phone lines. It looks like area code 571's been waiting the longest. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 571.
Hi, this is Sunny, and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I need to be hands-free because I'm driving. I also wanted to mention that when you call in, it doesn't say to press 1 to put yourself in queue like it used to.
Yeah.
But the new phone systems aren't. So it's good that you said that.
Yeah, I've heard that from some people. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. But lately, a lot, it's not been doing that. So that's why in the beginning of the show and throughout the show, I try to remind people, push 1 when you get through. Oh, hun, can you say your name again? I didn't quite catch it because of the road noise.
Oh, Sunny.
Sunny. Okay. So Sunny, what would you like to chat about, or what is your question for Pamela?
I guess surrounding family and travel this summer here, right now.
Family and travel?
Yeah. What do you have
Oh.
surrounding that subject?
Family and travel. Family and travel this summer. Well, you're ready if the opportunity presents itself. It's called getting your ducks in a row. And there's a funny story behind that, but I'm not going to tell it. So it's just about being prepared. So whether you're ready or not, I think it's going to be happening. And yeah, there's travel. The only thing that these cards are suggesting right now is once you have everything in order and you're ready to go, and you will be going, whatever issues, problems, old baggage, don't take it with you. Leave it at home. Leave it where it belongs, because this should be something. This should be something that you're going to really want to do and enjoy, and hold good thoughts. Okay, and yeah, and this is twice now that this card's kind of come up. Whatever karmic condition you feel you are working through with your family, friends, or whoever, now is not the time to deal with it. Okay, don't bring it up. Don't.
That's good, because that's exactly what's going on.
Okay, just let
I'm
it
not
go,
dealing with it.
because it will leave you with nothing other than a sense of failure. You're just not going to be able to get through this. Okay, so leave it at home.
Right.
Keep everything in its nice, neat little boxes, tucked away safely until you are ready to actually pull it out somewhere quietly and deal with it. Okay, because this is most of it's in your head. If you want to know the truth, be aware of what you're programming into yourself, what you're telling yourself. What am I thinking about? What am I focused on? And just shift that focus just a wee bit so that you can actually enjoy these people instead of thinking, okay, where am I going to hide the body? All right.
Right.
So there you go.
Thanks for the call, Sonny. We appreciate it. I hope you got something out of that, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh, I see more hands getting raised. We're going to come to the calls in just a second. Pamela, I wanted to jump back over to the chat again, because some things came in about anonymously and their question. I did, and Irene had a question, but she also said when I was doing that reading, I think for anonymously, actually, Irene said, I totally agree, using both alternative and allopathic medicine. Each one has its place in our wellness. And I did want to, re-emphasize that, when people think of alternative, they think of herbs, Reiki, all these other modalities and things like that, but they don't often think about hypnosis and what our minds can do for our bodies. Is just fantastic. The mind is in control, people. People have claimed to have been able to shrink tumors just with using hypnosis. It can't hurt. Try it on everything. Same thing with emotional freedom technique. They always say, you know, in fact, there's one of the original books on it that made tapping popular was called, the title was Try It on Anything, because it's not going to hurt you, right? So and especially this, I was looking back through the chat while you were doing that reading, Pamela, and I noticed Anonymously did say something about what's going on. My skin is burnt and my whole body is swollen up. The doctors can't find a reason, and they're going, he or she, I think it's a she, she's going to the doctor tomorrow. This
Gastrologist she'd said somewhere about going to see a gastrologist. So yeah,
gastrointestinal surgeon
yeah,
tomorrow. And you know what? Again, I did not see any of this till just now, but
yeah,
remember what came up in my reading about the surgery?
yep,
Yep. Gastrointestinal surgeon. I hit it dead on. I'm just saying. But this is the thing. It can also be with skin being burnt and the whole body swelling up, you know, that can be a histamine response. It can be a God, I can't think of what the word is for it because I'm not a doctor, folks, you know, but the body reacts to certain things happening, traumas and so forth, and it's a healing mechanism, actually. However, as a hypnotherapist, I can tell you hypnosis is very powerful for any of those like histamine reactions, or, you know, any other you said swelling of the body, but I'm trying to think of what the actual word is. Inflammation. There's the word. Okay. Inflammation and histamine responses that also cause inflammation, things like that. The mind is unbelievably powerful with these mechanisms, and I've seen it happen. I've seen people be able to recover and get better by using hypnosis, having a professional hypnotist help work with you to shrink the reaction, the inflammation, and in coupled with whatever your doctor tomorrow recommends, whether it's medicine, surgery, whatever it is he's recommending, you do that, but do the hypnosis on top of that. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. And Irene had asked us to pull a card way back. She was the one that had said she agrees on, you know, both the alternative and the allopathic. And she had asked for just to pull a card. And so I pulled a card, and guess what, Pamela? Temperance.
woo, excellent.
The card of the day. I keep saying card of the day because that's what I'm used to, but the card of the show, I don't know what to call it. I'm doing something new where I'm going to be doing card of the day and numerology because of the timing of the shows, doing a lot of evening shows and all. I want to do a short video with the card of the day and the numerology of the day early in the morning for everybody. And on the show, not do the card of the day and the numerology of the day, just pull a card, see what happens. And I don't know what to call it. So you guys in the chat and everything, come up with a name for Dax's new card of the day, card of the show. I don't know what to call. Anyway, the card of the show today was Temperance, you know, and I pulled it from the Steel Wizard Tarot. But here it is coming up in the traditional Waite Smith. Well, this is beyond the traditional Waite Smith because this is the foil deck. We love this, right? So the message coming through with Temperance is what I talked about in the beginning of the show, Irene. It's just re-emphasizing it that, yeah, you know, in everything you do, you know, you need to be balanced. You need to be balanced. And any situations you're dealing with, and there's extremes, you know, find the middle path. The Temprian principle that I came up with, you know, 25 years ago, whatever, based on Temprian and the Temperance card and tarot, it says that the truth is always in the middle. Whenever you have a dynamic with two extremes, seek the middle, and that's where the truth is. So that's the message that I'm getting for you. Okay. And let's see if there was other questions in the chat really quick here. Okay. There's just some weird stuff in here that I don't know what it's in reference to. See, a lot of people get in the chat and they're just chit-chatting amongst themselves. And you see strange things like Charlotte says, Kodachrome, giving the lives bright colors. La, 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 la.
Okay, well, no, we're talking about Simon and Garfunkel songs from the 60s.
Oh, Kodachrome. Okay, I get it now.
Now you get it.
There's all these side conversations. It's so cool. You guys are, if you're listening to us on the radio or you're dialed in, you're missing the other half of the show, which goes on in the chat. Stop, my face is hurting, trying not to laugh. That's what you said, Pam. Annie. Oh, and I wanted to mention who's come in. So Annie came in, and earlier we had what is it? It's Ann Day. All these, there was ANN, Annie, Anna. They're all coming in here. I'm telling you. Who else came in? Linda Stevens is here. Hi, Linda, one of our fabulous members. Samil, that was in the other day, is in the chat. I just want to say hi to everybody real quick in the chat, and then we'll go back to the phone lines. Anna Walker. Let's see. Who was the next question, though? If I scroll down from here, it was Anna Walker. Anna said, oh, wait. Annie had asked something. Okay, Charlotte, I'd like to know what I can expect between me and him in the near future. Oh, okay. I had missed this one, Pamela. Can you tell me how things will unfold in the near future between me and my husband, Williams? Maybe his feels or next actions. It's been confusing. And that was for Annie. So if you'd like to pull some cards for Annie, and I'm gonna line us up with the next question, then we're gonna go back to phone calls.
Okay.
You got the
Don't
cosmic chicken.
I did get the cosmic chicken, and this just delights me to no end. Here's another timing. Yeah, it's your turn. Well, sweetie, the thing of it is, this is the card that's the focus, okay? And it's the strength card, it's reversed. Now, what is this? What's going on here? It's a power play, okay? Because when you get this strength card, it's asking you and everyone around you, what is the source of your strength? Where does it come from? And at this particular juncture, it's saying, is it the love of power or the power of love? What is driving you? Where has the love gone? Things are changing. It's your turn to start to shine. So I would get on that. And you also have the I Am, which is the cosmic chicken card, which is pretty obvious how it got named that. But this is a 3 o'clock in the morning thing. Okay. It just happened. And since it's reversed, what it's telling me is that neither one of you, it's like you kind of always been in sync, like even if you weren't doing the same things, at least you are in sync, not lockstep, but sync. And you've gotten out of sync. Okay, you one's going this way and one's going that way. Now you guys need to sit down and decide whether or not you're going to keep this going or not. You need to communicate, and that's what this is all about. Is it time to pull the pin, or is it time to make some adjustments? What's motivating you? Where do you want to go with this? And how to handle it? If you don't handle it, if you don't communicate, it's going to blow up in your face. So gather as much information as you can, figure out what is motivating you at least, and go from there. Cosmic chicken.
I've got my cosmic chicken card out.
I love this cosmic chicken.
Oh my God. Some people have like no clue what we're talking about. It's the I am card too. It's
Yeah.
card 27. It's like that. That's when you get through the major arcana and you just keep going because you just want to keep painting and you just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You have like 50 cards just in the major, not counting the minors. Plus you added 4 to the core cards, the maidens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is why I keep saying, guys, we got to convince Pamela that, have you guys ever heard of the Voyager deck? I've mentioned this on the show before. James Wanless from the 80s, it was the collage deck made up of a whole bunch of pictures, like literally pulled out of, I'm not even talking about modern composite images in Photoshop. I'm talking about literally cutting things out of magazines and sticking them together to make cards. I mean, it was god awful. But a lot of people swear by James Wanless's Voyager deck. And he actually would tour the entire world
He did.
for years.
He did.
Talking and teaching Voyager. He had his own course to become a certified Voyager tarot reader because the Voyager deck is so different from any other tarot deck. Well, I feel that way about Steel Wizard, and all of us, we need to convince Pamela that she needs to come out with an official certified Steel Wizard tarot reader course so you can learn her way of reading the deck, the imagery in Steel Wizard versus others, plus the extra cards, the extra major arcana cards, the extra court cards, the maidens, learning all that, and especially the cosmic chicken. I think, we need our own, Pamela needs her own like course that we all can take, the Steel Wizard course. I'm just saying, we got to convince her. Okay. There was a question in chat, and okay, you just did the Annie one, right? And so there's there's and I'm just wondering what's coming through for me. So I'm just going to do this real quick because I had already pulled cards. There's a new opportunity coming up, Anna, and this is what's going on. I'm getting the 5 of Cups. Okay, so this is how you're feeling right now. It's literally the crying over spilt milk card. There's the 3 cups that have spilled over, but right behind the individual, which I call it, it's the Dracula card. So right behind the cape there, Dracula, there's the 2 upright cups still filled with blood. Okay, so you're not all is not lost, right? And then but you can see above and behind those cups is that bridge going over the water. That stream is the stream of life, and the goal is this building, which is a castle or a house or a building of some kind on the other side. That's your goal, and it's showing you that there are still these opportunities. You just need to turn around and see that they exist. And then getting the Ace of Pentacles is showing me that yes, this new opportunity is coming in for you, Anna. And right now you're in your walled, pretty manicured garden, but you need to step outside the garden. Literally, you need to 2 things: step outside the box in your thinking, and step outside of your comfort zone, outside of the garden here. And the goal is actually on the peak of that mountain, outside the exit, the entrance, whatever, right here, and it's desolate land, but you have to travel that to get to the peak. And you need to maintain hope. Got the Star card. And the other big thing besides hope, everybody says hope, but there's an optimism to the Star card. And an optimism is in alignment with gratitude. Okay. Maintaining the optimism is also having the gratitude, and that will see you through. And then the Sun card shows up. So altogether, and yeah, you said pull a card. I can never pull one card anyway. But you can't get a better card. So the message here for you is fantastic. Whatever this is that you're either subconscious or consciously focused on, there's a new opportunity if you just turn around that you can go with. So that's the message I had for Anna. Let's go back to the phone lines, Pam, and see what's going on. Area code 504 has been waiting the longest. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? You're live on Psychic Talk.
Hi, my name is Debbie.
Debbie.
My question is, hi, I think I made myself a little ill, if that makes sense, because
Okay.
I was kind of doing some kind of, I don't know, I was having dreams about a relative, and I dreamed that he, would I go to his funeral? It was really weird, like he was going to pass. So all these things where I held like unforgiveness for him came up, and it brought up all these memories of other people that, kind of wronged me, I guess, that I just pushed to the back. So I kind of went down a spiral this week, and it felt like that was the energy all around. Like other people were kind of, I was beating myself up, and other people, like in my immediate area, were kind of beating me up, like verbally, telling me I was wrong. And I didn't feel like I had any control over this dream. I think the mistake I made was maybe telling people that we're not on a spiritual level. But when I feel like I resolved it, I got ill, like some kind of, like I can't swallow, when I know that's digesting. And I was wondering if you know why I did this to myself. I mean, I feel like it's self-inflicted. It's a lot, huh? It was a weird energy this week.
Okay. What do you think, Pamela? How do we put that into a question, though?
That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here.
How can I feel better? I'll put that in a question.
That makes more sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And I mean, with all that going on in the dream and then feeling ill, I mean, this happens all the time. People don't realize that, things are psychosomatic. You can have actual physical issues, feel physically ill from mental thinking, emotional anxiety, not necessarily an illness or an infection or some kind of injury bringing it on, and so if you have a traumatic, even dream, you can bring on psychosomatic symptoms.
Is it possible it's him, the guy I didn't forgive? It's an uncle. Like his symptoms?
It could be that, or it could be, and who knows?
Wow.
It might come up with Pamela here, what that is. But yeah, it could be taking it on, or it could be as simple as your subconscious is reacting to not like, so you're not conscious of this. So subconsciously, your subconscious is like not happy with the fact that you're not happy with yourself, the fact that you did not forgive. And then, your subconscious is reacting to that, making you ill. That's a possibility. But let's see what Pamela's getting here. What are you getting, Pam?
Well,
Thank you.
the first one I got was the Wheel of Time, which means that this was something that's been a long time coming. It needed to be addressed ages ago, and it wasn't. So now it's kind of had time to let's use the word fester. It's had time to fester. Okay.
Oh, there's a word.
But now that you have come to the end of this massive labyrinth, and this is where emergence comes in. It's time for you to not let it go, because you can't exactly let it go. But what you can do is you can address it as the adult you are now, and instead of the younger person you were then, like, so that you got you've got all of this wisdom and you've got all of this experience behind you now. What would you say to a younger you? What would you say to a child in the same position that you were in then? I mean, you've got to look at it that way because
Oh,
you not only
wow.
survived, you did it with grace and dexterity. And now it's time to step into the newer version, one of the best versions of you. Okay. And the only way to do that is to bring that part of you that was damaged, injured, and is so upset about this. Bring it with you. I mean,
Shame.
help her heal her. Sure. Sure.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I don't even know what I would say to that kid because it was such an odd experience what my uncle said to me and did. I'll tell you, my grandpa used to take care of me because my dad would not. And when my grandfather died, and I was young, a young adult, I was at the funeral, and my uncle asked me to come into a room. And my grandpa had given me a gas card. He said, "Can I see your gas card?" And he cut it up in my face at the funeral. And it's not that major, but it was kind of a lifeline for me. And I just realized that my grandfather was kind of like my hero because he went against the whole family, based on lies of what, like my stepmother or somebody was telling
Right.
everybody. So, but I just figured that out the other day. That
Yeah.
I forgave him because he believed the lies people were telling him rather than what was the truth. But then I got sick.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Yeah. And
this is not fair if I'm working through this.
I have some more advice for you because I pulled cards just to see what would come up. And I actually got a very strong indication, Debbie, with the King of Cups. Cups is emotions. And, literally sometimes in a contemporary meaning, this card literally means EFT. It literally means emotional freedom technique to me. You should seek out an EFT practitioner will help you release that. Okay. And then the physical symptoms will go away. I got cards like, family, it's all about these family situations and, with the 10 of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Yep. But I got the Wheel of Fortune. Basically, if you can seek out an EFT practitioner, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor and you'll be able to avoid any more illness there by releasing all of this. And you do that through techniques. You want to do an actual like EFT technique on that. So I hope this all helped you out. Thanks for the call.
No, it really does because I always had like thyroid problems and I feel like I thought it was one reason, but now I'm realizing it wasn't the reason. It's something different.
Exactly.
Like this is a lifetime of stuff,
Yep. It's that 10 of Pentacles.
Thank you.
A family. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks for the call. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let me look at what's next here, Pam. Oh, I wanted to say something, Pamela. Are you there?
I am.
It's hard to know because you have the down pointing camera and I don't get to see your lovely face. Pamela, Charlotte said something. Pamela, put those dragons to work and get protective bubble going or something like that. But Charlotte had said earlier, now I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, here it is. So Charlotte goes, Dax and Pamela are hot commodities today. So many people in the chat along with Blog Talk callers. What a show. That was really cool. And in chat, there was Samil. We had said hello to Samil. Samil said, hi, I'm a bit confused that I think they mean, what should I do or go for the judiciary, like to join as a judge or be a lawyer? Which suits me better? I guess the judge career or the lawyer career, I guess, pull some cards on that and see what comes up here. Okay. Interesting. So for the judge one, I get 2 3 cards, creativity and communication. A lot of corroboration and, working with others. But in my system, the threes, the odd numbers are a no. And I got a big fat yes with 2 major arcana cards for the lawyer. So what did we get here? We got the Fool card literally saying, yeah, take the leap, go for it. And the Lover's card, I just feel like if you're in love with the law, okay. And I remember way back, Pamela, do you remember a TV show called The Paper Chase?
Oh, years ago, I never watched it, but I remember it.
It was a fantastic show. God, I would love to just go back and watch those episodes again because it was a really great show. Love that show. I mean, I almost wanted to become a lawyer watching that show, but of course, I always wanted to become a doctor too because I watched the doctor show. Anyway, I'm easily motivated in different directions. But no, this is the thing. If you have a love for the law, you got to be a lawyer. You got to go for it. And, practicing law, yes, technically being a judge is practicing law as well, but it's not the same thing. All right. So this is my theory. The tarot is clearly saying go for being a lawyer. That doesn't mean you don't become a judge later on. In fact, that's normally how it happens. Normally people practice law for maybe 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years before they become a judge. And that gives you a lot of experience. I know some people that, have been on, both sides of the law, so to speak, prosecuting cases. And then they did 10 years of that. And then they did 10 years of defending cases, so they get the whole picture, but that's criminal law. There's all the other types of law too, corporate law and everything else. Contract law. So yeah, it's very clear here. It's saying you want to really love the law and you want to go for it and be a lawyer. And then if at some point you feel like joining the judiciary down the line, great. So there you go. That's answering that question. Going back to phone calls here. We'll take another phone call. This is going to be the last one. If we don't get to your call today, remember, I'll be back with Charlotte tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. We're going to go to area code 215 in Pennsylvania here. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 215.
Hello?
Hello, area code 215. What's your name?
Can you
Where are
hear
you
me?
calling from? Yes, we can.
Oh, it's Jessica. Normally it says, I think, like unmuted or something. It didn't say anything.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, when I pushed the button to unmute you, it did, the circle thing on your computer where it just circles and circles. Had a little bit of a hiccup there. How you doing, Jessica?
I'm good. I'm good. So, hi, Pamela, also. Nice to see you. So I've been working for 10 months to get my business going here. And now it's finally moving in the direction. Well, it's always been moving in the direction that I wanted, but now I'm seeing things sprout, which is awesome. And what I'll say is with that, the last couple days, it sort of dawned on me like, hey, I hit that whatever goal I had to or wanted to hit soul-wise. And I was like, now I'm wondering what's next for me because I'm not interested in, there's nothing else here for me. So I'm looking towards greener pastures. So I'm just kind of wondering how you guys see this playing out because I'm opening myself up to where can I move, a community that I would like. I don't like anything else here. I don't like anything here at all, actually. So, but I just felt like soul-wise, I had to take care of, the business stuff here, that it was helping me.
Okay.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just not sure I understand what your question is. Like, you're just curious about what's in store. Are you looking for advice?
Yeah, I'm wondering just like I kind of can assume what's going to play out, but I just wanted to see what the cards were saying because I feel like I'm ready to move now. Like I'm ready for my next chapter. So I'm just wondering like what are the cards showing as far as like how maybe like how that's going to unfold or how quickly, or I don't know. I guess like the question's like not super clear, but like I'm wanting to know what's next.
No, I think I understand. Well, obviously you've succeeded where you're at and you're getting accolades for that. So for a while, just kind of hold on to that, hold that thought, because there's no way right now for you to step out and keep going in a different direction. This is the world card reverse is telling me that it's pretty important that you stay put where you're at right now. Down the road, it'll be different. Okay. Down the road, you will find where your Zen can really grow, where your sense of peace and belonging is. It's just not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're still working on this. So just don't push any. You can't push the river anyway. You may as well just sit back and enjoy the ride, because when you get there, it's going to be oh, how about that? It'll come out of it. It's almost like this is going to come out of left field. You know that you've done a good job. You're not letting anyone else take credit for what you've done, which is excellent because a lot of people will do that. But you're not ready to take that leap yet. Okay. So just be patient with you, be patient with the universe. It's going to happen. And when it does, it will feel so right. You'll have no doubts and no hesitation at all. Okay.
Okay, I like how you said that. So do you think that also like just like living situation, like I'm going to still be just sit where I am now, or do you think that like spirit will move me somewhere more comfortable for like the meantime, like for this next level of just like enjoying the ride, the plateau or whatever, enjoying my fruits of my labor?
It doesn't say anything here about a possible move at this point. I mean, that can change in a heartbeat,
Okay.
but at this particular juncture, the answer is no.
Yeah, it's interesting. My whole life, I've always been like striving for something, and now it's like it feels like the last like 2 or 3 days, I've been like I feel different, and it sort of feels weird because it's like just relax. Like, and I've never really just relaxed. Like I've always again been like, I don't know, focus on healing, focus on the business, focus on something with family, focus with health. Like there's always been some drama. And now it's like, just chill out. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I've never done that. I mean, maybe when I was young. Yeah.
Learn, that's what it's telling you. Learn to do just exactly that. Then you will be able to move forward.
It's interesting. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Well, thanks for the call, Jessica. It's always great to chat with you from my, home state of Pennsylvania. We love that. Yay. A few things in the chat here. That was the last phone call we're going to do. There might be one, maybe two questions in the chat. If we didn't get to you today, remember you can call in tomorrow, assuming the phone lines work. Fingers crossed. It didn't work Thursday, or no, worked Thursday, didn't work Saturday, worked today. We'll see if it works tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. There was some things in chat that I wanted to relate. Pamela, so Dan says, I would take a Steel Wizard course. See, there you go. I'm telling you, we got to do a Steel Wizard course. What else? Let me see here. I know on the judiciary / law thing, Samil had said, thank you very much. Hopefully you got some clarity there. And we had a question from Jamie way back, and we're going to do that one. I'm just looking through here real quick. I don't think we missed. No, I don't know. So you guys in chat, the monitors, Charlotte and Dan and everybody that's been paying attention, Michelle, if we missed any after some meals, and we're going to do Jamie's now, but if we missed any questions, let me know in the chat real quick, because I'm sorry, it's starting to get blurry. I'm reading through the chat and my eyes are starting to glaze over. You can tell we've been doing this for almost an hour. You start to get a little bit, blurry there. So Jamie's question was about, I'm not sure if it's a tarot question, but she wanted to know, are there any more children in her future? And she has a boy. She has a boy. And check this out right off the bat. 6 of Cups.
Nice.
Yep. And right next to it is the moon card. Don't know exactly when, how, why, where, etc. It's a little clouded with that, but it's a big fat yes major arcana card right next to 6 is a yes, because it's a 6 card. Okay. And 6 is the energy of family and so forth like that. And literally in the card is, the 2 kids. By the way, you have a son now, so that the son would be the older brother. And in this, it's actually showing potentially an older brother with a younger sister, and he's handing flowers to her literally in the card. And if that wasn't enough, I also got the Page of Wands, and pages tend to be kids as well.
Yep. Announcing a birth.
Announcing a birth. And I'm feeling male with that card. I'm feeling you're going to have a daughter with the 6 of Cups. I guess it could go either way, or maybe it's going to be twins. Here's the interesting thing is, and I'm not exactly sure why I'm getting this, Pam, but I'm getting 2 4 cards, 2 structure cards. It's very strange, very strange. Rest and recuperation with the 4 of Swords, taking a step back, thinking outside the box, both of them being 4 cards, which is foundation, structure. Maybe it's saying that you need to work on the foundation that's going to allow you to get to the point of having another child, perhaps something like that. And maybe there's something in your life, something with all of this that you are aware of that we're not, because again, I'm not that kind of psychic. Maybe there's something you're aware of, and then that just clicks and makes sense to you. Okay, and Annie's like, did I miss my question? Yes, you did. We already did Annie with an IE. I believe we did that one. Didn't we do that one, Pam?
Think so.
What did she say? I like to know, what can I expect in the near future with my spouse? I thought we did all the Anns and Annies.
I thought we answered all the relationship about spouse questions.
Yeah, Annie, I think you're gonna have to listen to the replay. Oh, and even Charlotte said, Annie, I'm pretty sure they answered your question. Yeah, we did. And Annie's not the first one. There's 2, 1 or 2 other people that had missed the answer to their question. I think that's it. I think we made it through, Pam.
Yay.
Yay. That was a lot.
Well, yeah, and I haven't been on since what, April?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because all kinds of defecation hit the rotary oscillator, and I'm still not back at 100%. I'm sitting at about 75, but it's better
not
than what
only
I was.
that. Not only that, mostly you've been coming in on Sundays for Sunday shows.
Yeah.
And there was, a couple, 2 or 3 Sundays in a row where we didn't do a show or a Zoom discussion because it was all these holidays and things happening.
Yes.
I decided to take Cinco de Mayo off. The next Sunday was Mother's Day. There was other stuff in there. So yeah, that's why it's been so long. But hopefully you'll join us, faster next time.
Well, you got to remember too, 2 weeks ago, I had emergency surgery.
Yeah, you had that too. That's a
Yeah. So
big
that was
factor.
a lot of fun. I don't ever want to do that again. Um, but yeah, it was so, and there was that. And I mean, between the complications and the other crap, well, I'm back now, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of catching up to do. A lot. I've got so many. I need to catch up with the room group on the cafe. So
Yeah. Yeah. For those that don't know, there is an actual rune group that Pamela started on psychic.cafe, and you can go join that if you want to learn runes. We're going through the runes. And there's a lot of other cool stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Like, like Ellie's decked out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All decked out, but the group's called Decked Out, and it's a lot of the decks that she's reviewing, and she does a deck of the week, but all of us can put in ours. And I actually uploaded for Pamela from her channel some of her reviews going way back over the years, but they're all still valid because these decks are out there. Really great reviews, and you'll find those videos on the Decked Out group. And if you join the group and have your notifications turned on, they're automatically turned on unless you turn them off. So if you join the Decked Out group, you'll get notified every time we upload another review of a deck, and you can upload your reviews of your decks just by taking the URL from your YouTube video. For instance, you can click on to make a comment, to make a post on the group, and after you join, and there's a drop down that you can click on at the bottom, and you can pick what kind of post it is. Is it a text post, a photo post, a video? When you click the video, it gives you this little place where you put in the URL from YouTube or any other place where you store videos, and you can put your reviews up on the Decked Out group. Yeah. So I'm looking at the calendar, and the next Sunday that we were going to do, it's coming up on June, and the 2nd and the 16th, we're doing shows. We're probably not going to do the 16th because that is Father's Day, and it's also my birthday.
Oh.
So we may or may not, I don't know. We may do it just so I can do a show on my birthday. I don't know. I'm torn between, do I want to take it off and take a break, but maybe we can have you back on the 2nd. The 26th of May, the 9th of June, and the 23rd of June are our Zoom Q&A sessions, our discussion and Q&A private. But the 2nd, if you're available on Sunday, June 2nd, we'll definitely do a show then, and maybe the 16th. We'll see how I feel about it. Awesome.
Sounds good. Fabulous.
Yeah. Charlotte's saying a 2-hour show. I need to go take a nap and drink lots of water. Charlotte says, and all the peeps had their questions answered. Make sure to have a big drink of water.
90 seconds.
And there it is. We're down to the 90 seconds. So we're going to get out of here, folks. Bye, everybody. That's Blog Talk telling us we need to leave. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. I love you all.
Seconds.